Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Sierras. Thank you for hanging out with me. There is no better environment to talk about today's subject, which is the truth behind essential and non-essential rig upgrades. At the end of this video, I want you to have two lists. One for upgrades that you need and one for upgrades that are deluxe or nice to have. Let's face it, there's no end of gear that you can buy. And with safety as a consideration, it's easy to get caught up in thinking you need all this gear in order to go overlanding. But what do you really need? That sounds like a big topic, and it is, but let me tell you my approach. My style of overlanding is like this, in the Sierras. Now clearly, back there we have a poser shot. The point is, where I go, there are rocks, and sometimes I drive over them. I need to be prepared to do that, and today's subject is going to discuss that style of overlanding, but you get to define what's right for you, so keep that in mind. Now, this is an important point. Look, let's face it, overlanding is a lifestyle choice. It's about creating experiences, not things, and finding a connection with the great outdoors so that you can get that broader perspective and improve your life. But to get to essential overlanding, you have to go back to the 1800s where they were delivering vital communication over overland routes, or they were traveling to increase their chance of survival or increase their quality of life. But today, it is a lifestyle choice. And for that reason, you get to define what it is. There's clearly a broad spectrum. The important thing is that you are prepared to have the gear and equipment for your style of overlanding. So keep in mind, this reflects mine, wide variety of terrain, rocks, Sierras, long distances. Let's get into the gear I need, and you can decide whether it goes on your list or not. Let's start with the vehicle platform. Behind me, we have the Toyota FZJ80 solid axle, fully locked Toyota Land Cruiser. This vehicle cost me $12,000 and it came with the front bumper. I'm going to use $12,000 as the baseline price for your vehicle platform because I think you can achieve a fair amount of reliability with four-wheel drive for around that price. Now, do you need four-wheel drive? Yes, you do for this style of overlanding. We are getting off the beaten path, going over gatekeepers, so we do require four-wheel drive. Do we need lockers? Lockers are super nice to have, but you do not need them. It means you're going to be getting out of your rig and stacking rocks or doing other things in order to get over obstacles more often. Tires. I run the BFG KM3 mud terrains, 315 75 R16, call them $300 a piece or $1,200. Essential, non-essential. This is essential gear. I might recommend all-terrain tires for most folks, but prepare for the most extreme terrain you're likely to encounter. Sliders, essential or non-essential? This is essential gear for what I do. Get sliders before you get front bumpers, winches, lights, roof rack. The reason being, damage in this area is going to be very expensive. Get sliders. These are not steps. They need to support the weight of your vehicle. They are not running boards. They are rock sliders. These are going to cost you about $1,200. I have the ARB Bull Bar. It has a winch mount, essential or non-essential gear. This goes in the non-essential price list. These are the KC HiLites Gravity Pro 6 floodlights. They are awesome. You also don't need them. I have the Warn M8000 winch, which I do use frequently. It goes in the non-essential list. It is nice to have. Most of my recovery happens with a bottle jack or a shovel or rocks and other items. Gotta have it. Don't be a fool. Boy, do I love my KC HiLites. It's like daylight. However, is this Gravity Pro 6 bar essential? No, it's not. You do not need it to overland. Shovel and axe mount. Nope. Super awesome, armored, dual swing out bumper, tire carrier, gas carrier, water carrier. You don't need this. Overland Bound Adventures Necessary sticker. essential. Do you need a garbage carrier or truck ruck? We have a saying, leave it better than you found it, and it comes in really handy, but you don't need it. High lift jack. Nope, you don't need it. One of the last pieces of recovery gear to come off the truck. I use just about anything else to get unstuck. That fantastic 270-degree awning, protection from rain and shade. You guys know the answer. You do not need this to go overlanding. Badges, yes. You need an Overland Bound membership. Get yours today. Join the community. It's a safety issue. Roof rack. Do you need to have a roof rack? Certainly not. It's great to be able to throw stuff up there, but it's also a pain to get it down. It's usually for kit you don't use often. Roof rack, optional. Lift. This one might surprise you. I have the 2.5-inch Old Man Emu lift with heavy, heavy springs. And yes, it's required. This is, again, for my type of overlanding, and the 2.5-inch lift allows me to put the 35-inch tires on, and that's what I need to go to the places that I like to go. Required. Oh, you don't need MaxTrax. I really like them. You don't need them. Communications. Yes, you got to spend the money. If you're going to go off grid, you need some way to communicate back to civilization. That's a safety issue. You got to get the DeLorme InReach or something similar. You got to spend the money. Limb risers. They come in very handy. Great piece of kit for going through the underbrush. They keep the branches from slapping on your windshield. Do you need them? Absolutely not. And the grand prize winner for non-essential gear goes to the snorkel. Hey, I've been really happy to have this on a number of occasions, but do you need a snorkel to go overlanding? No, you do not. Now you may have noticed there are a few pieces of essential gear or very nice to have gear that I haven't mentioned. That's because today's focus is on vehicle upgrades themselves, so I didn't include those things. All right, so let's break down some numbers to make sense of all this. If you look at the required equipment cost, that's about $16,000. Now that includes the cost of the base vehicle, which is about $12,000. In the not required or deluxe category, we have $12,224 worth of equipment. That's as much as your base vehicle. I would consider that a deluxe build. So if you add both of those together, you're looking at $30,000 or $27,972. Let's look at a couple of other things. First of all, I haven't included repairs since 2010 when I first got the vehicle. That rolls in at about $20,000, and that includes a brand new engine, which I replaced at 240,000 miles. So my grand total since 2010 for this vehicle with all of the things is about $50,000. That's all my costs. Now again, my rig is my daily driver as well, so I'm not having other costs associated with this. So if you look at the yearly cost from 2010, that's about $5,300 a year. You can spend a lot of money on things you don't actually need, depending on your style of overlanding, and the cost lists clearly show that, and you get to decide what's right for you. But what are the trade-offs? If you do get the nice to haves, you can go farther and do more. So again, that's all about you deciding what kind of overland travel you want to do. All right, you guys, if you liked the video, subscribe. This video, like all of our videos, are brought to you by us, Overland Bound, and our members. So if you really want to help out, go over to our website and consider becoming a member of our worldwide crew. We'd love to have you. Until next time, outfit, explore, and I hope to see you out here on the trail someday soon.